Mr. OJ made it very clear in the beginning of the school year that he's not afraid to embarrass people. Like, he's not afraid to make you cry. So let's fast forward. Hi guys, what is up? It is me, it is I, Maria here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I have a story time for you guys. Haven't done one of these in a while. I had this video idea that I've been having for a while, or like this story time that I've been wanting to tell on YouTube for a while. Basically, today I'm gonna be telling you guys about the time my sophomore English teacher made me cry. And no, I did not cry in front of everybody, but let's just get into the story before I spoil it. So yes, my sophomore English teacher basically made me cry. Quick backstory. For my last class of each day, I had sophomore English. Why am I doing this? Sophomore year of high school, I had an English teacher named Mr. OJ. He was my sophomore English teacher. Mr. OJ was like kind of like dark humored. Most of that class was like history. Honestly, I learned more history in that class than my actual history class that year. Like, I had a history class that year too, and I learned more in sophomore English about history than actual history. Like, we would read a lot of dark things, like dark books. Like, there was a book about a donkey. So that was all I could recall at the time of actually filming this video, but the book we actually read was not just about a donkey. The title of the book that I am referring to is called Midsummer Night's Dream by William Shakespeare. A play about a donkey that we read. There was the Holocaust, of course. Mind you, I shared this class with my cousin Drea. So my cousin Drea, she was there for everything. This was my last class of the day, every day. It was like my favorite class. Mr. OJ made it very clear in the beginning of the school year that he's not afraid to embarrass people. Like, he's not afraid to make you cry. So let's fast forward into this story. We are doing presentations on the Holocaust, and Mr. OJ gave us a fair warning. He said, I don't want to hear anybody joking. If anybody jokes, like, he's gonna have it with you. He's gonna, you know, I don't know what he's gonna do, but he's gonna fucking go crazy, go stupid on your ass. He will embarrass you, basically. So Mr. OJ made it very clear during these presentations that he doesn't want anybody making jokes. This is a very serious topic. All that so understandable. Like, it's about the Holocaust. It's a very touchy topic. So anyways, we clap at the end of each presentation, and honestly, you cannot tell when each presentation is over. So you just kind of just like sit there in silence. Like, this was like the most silentest presenting I've ever seen. Nobody asked like a lot of questions because they were afraid that Mr. OJ was gonna embarrass them. Anywho, let's fast forward. Someone is presenting their presentation, and my blind ass can't even fucking see because I don't think I have my glasses that day. They're presenting. I was like, wow, their presentation is really good. Like, you know, like, they did a really good job, but all their like setups and all that jazz with their presentation or whatever. So I'm like, wow, this is a really good presentation. There was this really long pause that they did. Very long pause. I start clapping. My ass starts clapping, and so does everybody else. All of a sudden, Mr. OJ's like, who started that? And I was like, oh fuck, is my presentation not over? Everybody starts looking around. I know they knew I was the first one to clap, but like, they were some real ones for not trying to snitch on me. But then I was like, oh shit, this is embarrassing. I was like, I started clapping, Mr. OJ. He was like, you, see me after class. And I was just sitting there. I was hella frustrated. I was like, who do he think he is? He didn't even investigate this shit. Who does he think he is? I'm like sitting there like boiling mad, like steaming mad. Like, I don't get mad a lot. So when I get mad, I get real mad. Like, real mad. I'm embarrassed, for one. For two, I'm upset. I'm upset at Mr. OJ for doing that shit. I was sitting there like, do I just tell him now, or like, I'll just wait after class? But then again, me and my cousin take the bus together, and the bus is literally like literally, like, I like that class because it was literally right next to where I needed to be after school. Yeah, because I take the bus, bro. Like, I can't really stay after class, because if I miss the damn bus, my mama's not coming to pick me up. So I would be walking, and I'll be walking for nothing because this is just embarrassing. Once the class is over, me and my cousin walk over to Mr. OJ, and he was like, I don't even really remember how it went, but all I know is I bursted out into tears because I was so upset and embarrassed and angry that like he would even think like I was the type of person to like, you know, do something like that. It was not in my nature. Like, I'm not gonna be fucking making fun of the Holocaust. That's literally like such a tragic thing that happened, and like my heart and mind can't even wrap around the fact that that shit even happened. You know, like I was like, why would you? I mean, like, I understand you gave us a fair warning in the beginning of class, but you just like kind of just assumed that like, oh, you were making fun of the Holocaust. I don't even know what he was thinking. Like, okay, I started clapping. It was not like I was like laughing or like, oh shit, bravo. Not like I was making a big old scene or anything like that. Literally just started clapping because I thought the presentation was over, and it wasn't. And I was like, damn, that's why I shouldn't have been the first person to clap, because what the fuck, that was so embarrassing. I literally start crying in front of this man. I'm like,
yo, like, this is not my nature, Mr. OJ. Like, I think you just got the wrong idea. Like, da 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 da. Like, and it just kind of makes me upset that you even think that I would do something like that, or think that I would, you know, be that type of person. That's really not in my nature.
He's like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to embarrass you. He just basically was like, I'm so sorry, and I'll make sure that everybody knows I made a mistake. The next day, he apologizes to me in front of the whole entire class. It was like embarrassing, but it was like not embarrassing. I was like, period. Like, don't get me twisted, because I don't know what the other people were thinking. They probably were thinking the same thing. Like, oh, this girl really just like, but then again, I'm like, everybody else was clapping. So it was like, you know, it was like, were they like, oh shit, what if I started clapping first, you know? Because they could have been in the same position as me. It seemed like their presentation was over. I swear, they were just like, took this long ass pause. And I was like, everybody started clapping too, so I was like, okay, I'm in the clear. And then no, Mr. OJ fucking yells across the room, and he's like, but yeah. I had some really nice memories in that class, and shout out to Mr. OJ. He won't be watching this unless people who went to high school with me have younger siblings or younger family members that go to that school still. Unless somebody has personal connections to Mr. OJ, like what? Okay, so fast forward. My cousin was like, why were you crying? And I'm like, I really don't know like what like steamed me to cry, but I think it was because like I was so embarrassed and angry at the same time that like all those emotions my body did not know how to react to. So I just started crying. Not like full on like, like no, like tears started coming out my eyes. My face was red. Like I was not having it with Mr. OJ. He could have thought that was like my personality because I had a YouTube channel, and like sometimes people would mention my YouTube channel in class. I don't know, maybe he thought like, oh, she thought this was so funny, she gonna turn this shit on her YouTube channel, she gonna make a whole story time about this shit. No, I'm making a story time about you, Mr. OJ. I'm making a story time about you. And that completes this story time. Make sure you guys go follow me on all my social medias, link down below. And I don't know how to end a video anymore, so wait, why are these fucking lines on my screen? Sorry, I don't know what these settings are. Let me make sure that's not on here this whole entire time I'm filming. Well, anyways, I did not get to fix the lines on my screen, but I guess it's just there while I'm recording, not when I'm actually like, you know, anyways, today, like I said, I have a story time. Why is this tucked in? Ugh, let me sit back a little bit more. Let me get a little comfortable in here. Let's get comfortable. We can just do a story time. So yes, so what do I look? So for my OJ, why do I keep wanting to say Mr. Jones? Why do I keep saying Mr. Okay. Anyways, unless like he has somebody who from my old school or like new fuck. What am I trying to say?